Hello, you guys. Today is vlog. Again, I was gonna say Vlogmas. Today is Vlogtober. Let's start.
I got your girl up on my neck, yeah. And she say I'm up next, yeah. And she say that I'm the man, yeah. Going to the top, yeah, they gon' count me out. All this money coming in, yeah, that's my main route.
Hola, happy Vlogtober. Today is Vlogtober day 16, I believe. I don't have my phone. My phone is here. I believe it is the 16th. So you guys, I have to get ready for work. I go back to work while I get ready for work, I need to speak on basically what happened yesterday. So, wow, I don't even know like where to start. First of all, I need to apologize for not posting. I didn't post yesterday, and the reason I didn't post was because of some unfortunate events that happened, and I was trying to get my thoughts together, I guess, that type of thing. So let me explain. Gosh, I just feel like I'm always like, the stories is, I don't know. Okay, like I'm so scared where to start. I think that I don't want to sound melodramatic, and I don't want to sound like a big baby cry. Because, you know, the way that I'm speaking on what happened yesterday. But I want you guys to be aware that you are so vulnerable when you're alone, and even when you're out with your children. I want you guys to be so aware of that, because sometimes I lose sight on how vulnerable we really are in situations where we're just alone, you know? So, before I confuse you anymore, I would love to speak on what happened yesterday. So the reason why I had so much intention to do a ladybug look. I was gonna do a ladybug look, and I had every intention to do that look. And yesterday, some nonsense pretty much happened, and it put me in a really shitty mood. So let me explain. Yesterday was Wednesday, and I went to go. Nathan came home early from work, so he was helping me sew my extension clips together. So if you guys didn't notice, I didn't get new extensions. I just revamped these. Remember all the stuff I showed you guys I bought? So I had bought the hair mayonnaise, and I just bought a bunch of like stuff for my extensions. And anyway, let me plug my curling iron in because I see a straight piece. But okay, so Nathan was in the house and he was helping me sew. Nathan does surgeries, you know, so he is a really, really good sewer because he has to like sew stitches all the time. So he's a super good sewer, right? So is that even a word, sewer? Anyway, a seamstress? No, that doesn't sound right either. Anyway, he was helping me do that. So I said, I'm gonna go get Isaiah, which is my middle son. And he said, I'll go pick him up, you know, in the car. I'm like, hello. He's like a block away. It's all good. I will go get him. I'm not worried about it. I'll go get him. So I went to go get my boy. So I went to go get him. And then about 7 houses down, you know, he's like farther down by the school, I noticed that my son is with his friend from school. So they're going to walk back to my house together. So I think he's fine. So I yell, you know, from across the way, and I'm like, Isaiah, I am going to go home. I will meet you guys there. So I think everything's all good. So I'm walking back home. And then as I start walking, I think, you know what? I haven't jogged in a really long time. I'm going to try jogging back home to see how winded I get, right? Because I haven't ran in so long. So I start to jog, and all of a sudden this van had passed me, and inside the van I had noticed 2 women, and the 2 women was a Hispanic woman. She had glasses on with dark hair, and then the girl in the passenger seat was a black girl, and they looked younger. I mean, they weren't super young, but they looked younger. So blah blah blah, I continue to jog, right? So then all of a sudden, I have charcoal toothpaste on my hand. So then as I'm running, you know, jogging back to my house, that van flips a bitch, and she parks in the middle of the street, and then she gets out super abruptly and aggressively. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I start backing up. My first instinct is just to back up, you know? And then she comes up to me and was like, you've been coming back and forth to my house. And I'm like, what? Like, it took me a second. I'm like, excuse me? She was like, you've been coming back and forth to my house for weeks already, and you've been stealing from me. And I'm like, whoa, what are you talking about? You sound crazy right now. You have the wrong person. She was like, no, I don't think so. She was like, I have you on camera. You guys, she has me on camera? Really? I'm thinking to myself, you are out of your mind. Can I just talk to you about how credible this girl is not? Please, can I? Can I just explain to you? She looks like she's on drugs. I mean, she has track marks all over her arms. She's super duper skinny. She looks like she's in her 40s. She's probably in her 20s. Yeah. She just doesn't look well. She looks like she's sick, you know? So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, right. Like, she has me on camera. There's no freaking way. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a lot of freaking things, you guys. But a thief? Never. So the fact that she was saying that, she kept saying it over and over. She almost sounded like she wasn't all there. Do you know what I mean? Like something was off about her. So I continue to speak my piece, and I continue to tell her, no, you have the wrong person. I'm not who you think I am. I went as far as to say, no, boo-boo, you need to go back and look at your camera and look again. And then I also said, do you really think that if I was stealing from your house, I would be looking at you clear as day right now, letting you know that you have the wrong person? And then she was like, I really hope that's the truth, and I really hope it's not you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? But you guys, she just keeps like walking towards me. Each time that she's saying something like that, she's getting closer and closer. I am feeling super duper like attacked. I'm feeling, so I finally was like, you need to back up, like get away from me. I literally had to like tell her to back away from me because she was making me really nervous. I didn't know if she had a knife on her. I didn't know if she had a dirty needle. These things are running through my head. And not to mention, I'm also thinking about the girl in the passenger seat. What if she gets out and then starts attacking me? Like, I don't know, you guys. I have all these thoughts. So, but I did notice that her friend in the passenger seat is looking down. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know if she's calling someone. I don't know what she's doing. I just see her with her head down basically the whole time that this girl is going off on me. So all of a sudden, my son walks up and reality kicks in. My boys are here. My son and his friend are next to me, and I get crazy. I get crazy because my kids are there, and you will not threaten me, and you will not make statements to me. She was threatening me in the fact that she was saying, I know exactly where you live. And I said, what are you talking about? I'm going to go pick up my kids. Like, I would never steal. That's not who I am. And then she would say things like, yeah, I know who you are. I know where you live. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? I told her, you know where I live? Are you threatening me? Like, what is it? And she was just like, no, I'm just saying, I know exactly where you live. I know exactly what you're doing. And I'm like, you sound crazy right now. So then anyway, I look over to my left. I look over to my left, and my neighbor, that's her house. So I'm thinking to myself, my neighbor is always watching. Like, she knows exactly what is going on in this neighborhood. She knows everything. So I literally look at her house and I make the motion, like, call the police. I went like that, call the police. I wanted that girl that was approaching me, accusing me, and threatening me, I wanted her to know that I had people around. So right when I did that, oh my God, my saving grace comes charging out of her house, which is my neighbor. You guys, this is the same neighbor that I've told you about that gives us fry bread, that bakes us goodies, that is so good to me, did my nails for free. This is that neighbor, you guys. So I was so grateful for her. She was so brave. She comes running out of her house, doesn't even think twice, and she starts letting this chick have it. She was like, you get out of here, like, you're crazy, like, this is my friend, this is my neighbor, she would never steal, why are you saying this, like, you're out of your mind. I mean, girl, she is letting her have it. Okay, you guys, so I'm back. So before, I think I left out like a kind of important part, okay? Because I don't want you guys to think that I'm a total weenie and I just let this girl like go off on me, because I didn't. So before my neighbor came out, before my protector came out, and my kids had walked up to me, I literally like lost my shit with her because my kids were there. And I thought, you are not going to threaten me and you are not going to make me feel like this in front of my children. Like, I will literally lose my shit. And I did. So she kept saying like, well, I really hope it's not you. And I'm like, or what? Or what? I told her. And she was like, I'm just saying, the girl in the video looked a lot like you. And I said, it was not me. Quit effing saying that. I did not steal from you or anybody else for that matter. I do not know you. I have no idea where you live, because she kept saying, you know exactly where I live. She kept telling me that. And I was like, no, I don't. You guys, I was trying to keep my cool the entire freaking time because like, I didn't know. I didn't think that this girl was in her right mind. I didn't think that she was all there. Do you know what I mean? And if she was all there, she was acting like she wasn't. So in my head, I'm trying to keep it like, I'm trying to keep the peace basically. So I'm not really yelling at her or being mean. But then when my kids walked up, like I said, I lost my shit, because you are not going to threaten my children. You're not going to threaten me with my kids around. So the threat is that she kept saying, I know where you live. I know what you do, blah, blah, blah. She kept trying to make it seem like she knew my life. And I'm like, please stop saying that. Like, and then I told her, okay, so you know where I live. So what? Are you threatening me? What does that mean? And then she like, kept going over it, but she kept saying it. So that's what makes me think that she wasn't all there, because she just kept repeating herself. I really hope it's not, she kept saying. And I was like, or what? Or effing what? I told her. So then, okay, like I said, I motioned to my neighbor to call the police, and then she came storming out her house. You guys, she is so brave. She had no hesitation to start yelling. She didn't even know what was going on. She didn't know why this girl was approaching me and going off. She just knew that I'm a good person and that I would never do whatever she was accusing me of. And she just let that woman have it. She just started telling her, like, get out of here. You're trash. You're scum. Like, this is my neighbor. She would never steal. Like, she would never do that. You're lying. She was like, you're an ugly human being. Like, you need to just get the hell out of here. And by this time, you guys, she had literally chased that girl into her car, into her van. She had literally chased her away. And I'll tell you the other scary part is, you know, like those typical scary vans that you tell your children, like, stay away from, or your kids, like, know not to go by that scary, ugly van. That's the type of van it was. So me and my neighbor, we obviously got her, her number, her license plate number. And I'm going to see if I could get my brother-in-law to run her plates, because I need to know where she lives, obviously. I need to know that our children are safe up and down the street. Obviously, they're not, you guys. That's why I always go for my son. That's why he will never walk home, because I can't trust anything. I can't trust anybody. This is the second time that I've been, I don't want to say attacked, because I wasn't physically touched or anything, but I didn't feel good. Like, I didn't feel good about the situation. I felt uneasy about it. I felt that I was, I'm trying to, like, think of the right words, you know, but I felt scared, you guys. I don't want to sound like a big old weenie or pussy or whatever, but I did. I felt scared. I didn't know what her intention was. I'll be quite honest with you. The things that she was saying was so outlandish that, to me, I think she just made up that entire story about seeing me on her camera, stealing from her house. I've been going there for weeks. Like, what is she talking about? Like, that story is so outlandish, so ridiculous that she can't really think that, unless she does have me confused with someone else, unless it is mistaken identity, which in my opinion is even scarier. And then I would just remember, I just wanted to be like, I ended up telling her, like, you should be ashamed of yourself going to an innocent person and accusing me of something so ridiculous. But again, I really don't even know if she lives in this neighborhood, but I had nothing on me. I didn't even have my phone. I couldn't even call Nathan. Nathan was so upset that like he wasn't out there. He was so upset that like nobody went to go get him. But I don't know, that just wasn't in my mind. My mind was just to keep the kids safe and for me to like get away from her. I mean, she was just so disgusting. Like, I didn't want her to touch me. I just kept like backing up. Like I said, I didn't know, like, does she have a dirty needle? Like, what is this girl's intentions? Like, I don't get it. So I don't know, you guys. I still don't know. I still don't know what her intentions are. But I told my sister, who is a judge, and they are on alert that I had an incident. I don't know, what would this even be called, you guys? Would this be called, I don't know what this would be called. I guess an incident. I don't know. I mean, something did happen. It did ruin my entire day and night. I had nightmares about it last night. And, you know, it did make me feel crazy. Like, I don't know if it's because I have some trauma of what happened to me before when the gun was pulled out on me on my street. I have told that story before. If you guys haven't seen that video, you should watch it. It says specifically, like, it's not clickbait. I had a gun pulled out on me. So I don't know if I have a little bit of trauma from that still. So that's why this affected me so much. I don't know. Maybe, right? I mean, the average person may not have, you might not have even thought twice about it. But for me, it scared me. And it sucks, you guys. Like, just leave me the fuck alone. Like, I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not doing anything. Like, just leave me alone. Like, I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve being approached like that. I didn't deserve that, you know? Like, just leave me alone. I don't get it. Like, do I have a big, like, bullseye on my back? Like, oh, this girl is very, I don't know, you guys, but it makes me really, really scared and sad. Like, just leave me alone. That's all I want to tell these people. Like, I felt like telling her, do I look like a fucking thief? Like, you're the one on drugs here, lady. You're the thief. I'm pretty sure that you're probably the thief. Like, pretty sure. And my kids, they said that her friend was looking down like she was on the phone. So I don't know who the friend was calling. I don't know if she was calling for somebody to come kick my ass. I don't know what was happening there, but they said that the friend was on the phone. That's what my kids were saying. I don't know, you guys. Could you imagine if I would have had my little one with me, AJ? I would have lost my shit, you guys. I probably would have ended up in a fist fight with that girl. And that's not good. I don't know. I was trying to stay as calm and mature as possible because I didn't want the situation to escalate. I was almost being like super too nice with her, but then after I lost it, like, there was no coming back from me losing my shit with her, because I did. And I can't thank my neighbor enough. Denise, if you're watching this, you are my hero. And just thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being there for me when I needed you. Thank you. All right, you guys, I'm gonna finish this makeup look. I will be back. Oh my God, though, you guys, she's sad because the light's on. So she's like, ooh, this stupid light. She hates me. I don't want to wake her up. Isn't she so precious? She's so precious girl. Sorry, guys, my eyelash just fell off. So I guess I will do my eyelash on camera. So anyway, I don't know, you guys. Let me get your guys' opinion. Do you think that it was a case of mistaken identity? Do you think that this woman has a home and she really truly thought that I was ripping her off? Do you guys think that? Or do you think that it was just like a ploy to get me to stop? Like, do you think they were up to something more like sinister? Like, do you think that maybe like she wanted to rob me, even though I had no purse, no phone? I had nothing to rob. Nothing. So I'm not really sure what she would have taken from me. Like, what do you think was up with that? I'm just going to have to let it go. But I think the reason why I let this affect me so much is because I went through that whole thing a couple years ago where that guy pulled the gun out on me. And it just really kind of took me back to that very vulnerable spot. And I don't know, it was just it was a scary situation, and I don't know, it just made me feel really, really vulnerable, and I just really wish that I would have had my mace on me. I really, really wish, because then I could have been like, when she kept like pushing her way toward, not pushing her way, but when she kept like walking towards me and I kept going back, I really wish that I would have had my mace and I could have been like, listen, you need to back up or you're gonna get sprayed. I really wish that I would have took that. But you guys, I was going so quickly that, I don't know, I just didn't really think twice about it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, guys. I just feel, I'm just mad that shit like this happens. I'm just mad that that broad could make me feel so like, I don't know, scared, and I just didn't know her intentions. You know what I mean? I just didn't know what the fuck that was all about. And it pisses me off because I didn't deserve that. I did not deserve to be stopped like that. None of that. Could you imagine if I was with my kid by myself? I was so vulnerable alone. And then could you imagine like if my neighbor didn't come out and like literally save my day? She was my hero, and I'm so grateful to her. So what that teaches me is that I will always defend someone else, and I will always do what she did for me, because that's something that I won't ever forget. The way that she pushed me out of the way, she got in front of me, and Mama Bear came out, and she treated, you know, she took over the situation, so I didn't no longer have to like deal with that girl. She dealt with it for me. Do you know what I mean? And for that, I am truly, truly, truly grateful. So anyway, I'm just getting ready for work now, you guys. We have our holiday collection. I think it goes on sale today. So I don't know, we should be semi-busy. I had to pre-sell a lot of the holiday sets, so not a lot, but some. So I have to like worry about the pre-sale, that everything's gonna be okay with that. I don't know. I'm just trying to finish up for work. Okay, let's just finish up the makeups, you guys. I have to mix my makeup now because I'm not dark enough for my summer shade, and I'm not white enough. I'm not light enough for my winter shade. So I have to mix the two together. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just mix them together. Ooh, what is that little white in my hair? You guys! Come on, lady, what is that? I don't know, guys. I'm lost. I have so much. You guys, are these shows for real? These like gypsy shows? Like these girls are marrying like at 15 years old. Like, I'm like, are these real? Is this real life? Like, does this happen in America? I don't know.
Baptism signifies you're entering into a covenant with the Church of Christ.
I don't know like any real gypsies. Do you guys know any?
Someone who is testifying to a changed life through Christ. Amen. Patty, is there anything that you would...
Guys, there's like something white in my hair. Is it glue? I feel like it's glue and it's not coming out. But why is the glue not coming out? Okay, so I'm just finishing up here, guys. I'm just finishing up. I will probably, I don't know, should I film when I get to work, or do you think I should just, I'm trying to decide if I should just post this video I'm not looking for sympathy or you guys to be like, oh my God, poor thing, she's getting like totally assaulted again. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm doing this because I want you girls to be aware how vulnerable like we truly are when we are alone with our children, or we're walking or running by ourselves. Just really be aware of your surroundings. And if it takes something like this happening to me to give you guys that reminder, good. I'm glad. Anyway, I'm gonna finish doing my makeup, and I think I will probably, I don't know if I should just come back when I'm done or what. I'm definitely gonna get this video out today though, because yeah, talk about this like this and then just post it. That way it could be posted like on my Facebook, because I want you guys to be aware that there are crazies out there. It's funny because I told my friend who's a police officer, and she was like, oh my God, do you live in a really like rough neighborhood? And I'm like, you know what, I didn't think I did, but apparently I do. You know, I didn't think my neighborhood was rough. Like I thought it was a decent neighborhood. And she was like, you know what, it's everywhere. It doesn't, she was like, it doesn't really matter where you live. She was like, this shit is going on everywhere. She was just like, please be careful. So anyway, all right, you guys, I'm just gonna finish up. I'll be right back.